to accept reality. And I don't think CR7 has people who tell him how it is. I think he has yes men around him. But I'm just saying, based on the history of the best players in Africa, typically coming from West Africa in the past 20, 30 years, I think we should...
Some team needs to figure it out.
Some team needs to dominate and actually be a contender for a World Cup.
Yeah.
Other than that, we'll just be supporting one or two guys in the Prem League One here and stuff like that.
Yeah. They're crying when they leave.
You see it.
You get Vincent Abubakar.
You know, imagine this.
Waving.
You are eliminated from the World Cup. You are celebrating. It's really Morocco that's, you know, that one really good student that got a 90 and got the average is 36 in the class, but one guy got 90.
Exactly.
And it's, you know, by default, we have to curve.
Yo, people, what's going on? What's going on?
We back.
Sakpase.
We back.
The boys are back. TJMTM.
Yes, sir.
Episode 10, season 4. That can only mean one thing.
It's the finale.
It's the finale.
Yes, sir.
It's the finale. Nah, what's going on, y'all? Hope you guys are doing good. I'm your co-host, DJ Anzo.
Man like Anzo, you know.
He, the man with the mostest, Uncle E. And man, we're back. We're back with the last episode.
Last episode, man.
Season.
4 seasons.
4 seasons, bro. That's mad.
Yeah, I mean, to think about it, we started this pre-pandemic.
Yeah.
Which, if anything, pre-pandemic now feels like you've been in for 10 years. Or, you know, the pandemic, those 2 years
it
felt
feels
like
historic.
Like
dinosaur.
It's like dinosaurs, you know.
So, no, it's mad. It's mad because we started this, what, 2019?
Summer 2019.
Well, yeah, that's mad, bro.
Yeah, you know, that's like...
Started out as like a concept with like, just what? Vibes
and the banter bar conversations we used to have in Linwood. And
fully upgraded everything.
The first episode, I think season 1, I think we recorded out of the phone, like just the phone recording.
Yeah.
Like it was like, hey, if it's there to use, why not?
Yeah.
So sometimes
we recorded off the phone. Yeah.
For real, yeah, which is a great lesson. Like we also like to put restrictions or blocks for why we can't do things, but you really don't. Like, you know, and that comes from me. I remember when you were saying, like, you know, we should, you know, try and have a podcast for friends and family to hear our stories or kind of conversation we're having. I was putting into thinking of all the things you need to do, and those things could be limiting. Whereas with the technology we have now with your phone, you can literally record a podcast.
And that's crazy, right? Like, all we did was just press record and go.
Pretty much.
And then we got those clip-on mics. And
pretty much. It's just been...
Yeah.
So we're moving up.
We're moving up.
It's been a journey. But steady, you know, canoeing through life.
As we
growth.
Always say.
Yes.
You know? That's mad. But that's a blessing for us.
Yeah, mashallah.
You know, we thank God. What's been going on, bro?
Well, you know what's been going on besides watching all of the games with the World Cup.
And we'll get to that.
We'll get to that. That's been, I mean, man, it's such a great time of that tournament, the World Cup, what it brings. It brings everyone together in a way. So that's been going on, and, you know, wrapping up the year on my end, and hopefully looking forward to going back home for the spiritual cleansing, the annual spiritual cleansing.
Yeah.
So can't wait.
Unfortunately, I won't be going home this year. But trust and believe, spiritual cleansing will happen in some sort.
One way or another, you know. It's not location specific.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. As long as we got our peoples around us, I think that's what matters the most.
100%.
To take advantage of the holiday season. But yeah, it's, you know, first, happy holidays to everyone.
Yes.
Whatever you celebrate, hope you enjoyed spending time with your loved ones and just, taking time to unwind.
It's important.
One thing that has been on my mind recently is this World Cup has felt like more of a World Cup than any of the last two, because 2014 it was good, but it was better than 2018's.
2018 was a pretty subpar World Cup.
Yeah, but there's been so many surprises, and also like every time. Well, I guess I've been in America for the past 3 World Cups, but they don't. Like Americans don't have. It doesn't feel like you're watching the World Cup.
No,
right?
no. It just feels like everyone who didn't grow up in America and is now here exactly
cares about it, right? But the U.S. actually did pretty well.
By their standards, they did. Yeah, they did pretty good. And like everyone kind of knew about it. I agree with you. Even in 2018, like besides us who cared about football, no one else cared. I went to work, no one cared it was a World Cup. If you didn't play football or you didn't grow up in America, like you cared. But if not, no one cared. But here this time, everyone at work is invested. Yeah. Like watch parties, you know, like everyone's asking about whether the score and stuff. So I was like, oh man.
Yo, from like when you log on from like 8 to like noon.
Yeah.
Everyone's offline. Which is cool, I guess.
Finally, I mean, USA is catching up to the drift of the sport, although they still have a long way to go. But it was nice to see.
Who is your standout player on that team?
On USA?
Yeah.
Tyler Adams.
Tyler Adams?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I agree.
I think he was their best player. They asked too much of him. And
a little too much
of him. But
he rose up to the challenge.
Oh, he did. Yeah. I think Tyler Adams impressed me a lot. Musa too. For his age. He was really good for his age.
He's got a brain.
Yeah.
He's got a brain.
But USA has some bonehead defenders, like the 2 center backs are not so good. You know what I'm saying? It's just Walker Zimmerman and Tim Reed. You're just not gonna win a World Cup, or you're not win a World Cup. You're not gonna be like taken seriously. You have those caliber players in your squad. So I mean,
I feel like the U.S. has better center backs.
Yeah, I can't. It's hard for me to believe Walker Zimmerman and Tim Reed. What's his name? Was it Tim Ream?
Yeah,
were their best CB options.
Yeah. Like, did you see that challenge on Gareth Bale during the Wales game?
That's what I'm saying.
How they lost the game?
I don't even think, boy, man's play Sunday League in Seattle, fam. I don't even see Sunday League players in Seattle making that tackle, bro.
It was so, I don't understand it.
Yeah, it's well, you know, that's just that highlights U.S. soccer of, you know, how far they need to go, because this is your premier first division player at the highest level making those errors or mistakes. Tells you how far you are behind from the highest level of football.
Yeah.
So,
but I also was super impressed with Tim Weah.
Yes.
I knew we had flashes of him in the past, and he kind of sunk off, but now his value has to be...
He's still very young. What is he, 22, 23?
Something like that.
Yeah, so I think Tim Weah has the potential. He's giving me a little bit of what Vinicius was having to, where great potential, lack of end product in a way, right? Tim Weah has all the tools to pace. He can break behind. He's technically okay enough. But I think the finishing is what, is his next step that he needs to go to.
And he showed good signs.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to... Your genetics have to kick in.
Yeah, that's true. USA needs a striker, though, man. They desperately need a talisman. You know, they need a bona fide number 9. Like, you know, this guy, one chance or two, he's gonna score. That's what you need.
They were talking about younger Harry Kane, right?
Yes.
Harry Kane now, he's
Harry Kane is
in the 18, but if the US had somebody,
you need a player like that. Yeah, you need one. Come on, you can't have.
Sargent wasn't coming.
Josh Sargent is not it. Haji Wright, I don't even know how he's a professional. You know, I don't know how that guy made it pro, bro. You know, hey, no disrespect to him, but from a level, he is nowhere near World Cup player level. Like, it's just, you can't have players like that because you now lower the standard of the national team to make it. And Shaq Moore, that's another guy. I'm like, man, these brothers are not doing us justice, bro. You know, very poor selection.
Yeah.
But hey, you know, I think overall, US, Matt Turner did well for a keeper. And I did think that this guy balled out too. Although defensively, he's always suspect and has always been, what's his name? The
outside back?
Yeah,
Serginho Dest?
Serginho Dest.
Yeah.
You got what Serginho, you know exactly what he gave you at Barca. Good going forward, technically good, but defense liability, he just doesn't.
I'm not sure I really understood all the hype around him like in the past and now.
Well, I see. You know, he chose the right option to play for US over Netherlands because Dumfries would have had him sit him in the bench.
Yeah.
So, well, yeah.
Yeah, so many of the US's.
What would you give USA's performance overall for this World Cup?
Honestly, like a A minus.
A minus?
Yeah.
Really?
Because they outdid themselves.
Okay, fair enough. No one did expect them to get out of the
At least real football.
but they were in a easy-ish group too. Like Wales, and who else did they play? England.
Yeah.
And who else did they beat last? Iran.
Iran.
Is it Iran or Iran?
Iran.
Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Technically, you should expect them to qualify. So I can't give them an A minus.
I thought Wales.
I think it's a solid B performance. B performance because they did make it out of the group. But if you look at Wales, how poor they were, and Iran, I think USA, you should expect them to go through with their level of
That's
players.
a fair point.
And then they qualified, and then they found out that it's levels.
Yeah.
That's all it is. That's all it is. So a B tournament. I think the coach, Greg, I think USA, they need a proper coach. They need a coach with experience at the top level. And you can't have, Greg is not, bro. He ain't going to take you to the next level.
See, even with like Jurgen Klinsmann, right? I don't think the coach is the end all be all because there has to be a whole cultural shift. The coach can only do so much.
But the coach made decisions of substitutions, not playing Gio Reyna, putting Haji right, Shaq Moore.
Yeah.
There were some, highly questionable
Jordan
decisions.
Morris would have done 10 times better than
Brandon Aronson came in and actually did a good job. And you tell me you're playing Haji right over him? So
I don't understand their strategy. Maybe they were looking for a point man, but evidently he wasn't.
I just don't think he has the experience or the resume needed if USA is trying to go to the next level. This is not the coach to do it for you. Especially if you're hosting World Cup next. They better find a way to get Jesse Marsh. I just think you need Jesse Marsh for the next World Cup. And that's my USA summary. But B, I'll give them a B this World Cup.
B. Yeah, I still think the A minus B plus range is like, because they outdid themselves. Of course, when the Dutch pulled up, they were like, it's levels, like you said. But nah, it was decent. Okay, so we're recording this, FYI, before the semifinals.
Yes, we're recording before semi. So tomorrow is the first semifinal game.
Yeah.
Yes.
What has been the best game of the tournament for you?
Ooh. Best game of the tournament? They're good ones. They are really good ones. I did really enjoy the England-France one.
Okay.
I think that was really good. I can't say England-France. Like if I'm looking at all around best game as in like drama, everything it went, Argentina-Netherlands.
Yo.
It has to be Argentina, Netherlands. And to be honest, my respect has gone down considerably for Argentina with their behavior. We knew Uruguay as a shithouse country team.
One of them teams.
One of those teams. But Argentina and Messi,
I think it's a blessing and a curse too, because like people, they idolize Messi like he's can do no wrong, but then he displays that side of his character. And
it's just not. This bad guy, Messi villain. You're not him, bro. You're not that guy.
Yeah. The ref. Garbage.
Shambles, absolute shambles. I actually don't even know how Messi stayed on the pitch. How Partey stayed on the pitch. Imagine us African team player did that. Fouled the player and kicked the boy. They'll give us three red cards at first. They would have given African team 3 red cards.
And what's crazy is like he so quickly turned into the victim when Van Dijk came around.
100%. That's South American. Some of these South American teams, they like to rile you up and act like the victim. That's their theatrics.
That was I didn't like.
But I think overall it was the best.
I love how the Dutch found them.
Oh yes, that last kick of the game, literally. Last kick of the game, and you caught them slipping.
Can you imagine, bro? That's crazy. I don't think Argentina should have won that game, but what can you do?
Yeah, well, you know.
And in penalties, it's unfortunate because, like, say Brazil and
Croatia.
Yeah. You just need an athletic goalkeeper for
you need one. And you saw Martinez, bro. Buns was flying everywhere.
Jumping up and down easy, right?
Yeah, Alisson is -1 athletic.
If I was Brazil, minute 119, I'd sub in
and put Ederson. Yeah, Alisson is just
unathletic.
I don't see him make penalty saves in the Prem anyway.
Yeah.
Like, he's just not that player.
I think the thing about him that has benefited him in his career is just, one, his positioning,
size,
two, his size, and like
he reads the game really well.
Reads it very well.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, it's kind of like that Casillas versus, like, you get a Casillas in the goal, you're gonna see the craziest saves.
Yeah, the reflexes, shot stopping. You're gonna see shot stopping. Yeah. But
with Alisson, you pick a corner and
bro, even the equalizer goal, I know it really came off Marquinhos and stuff, but in my opinion, I think it was savable.
Yeah.
But again, you know, it's fine margins. But I really felt bad for Brazil. Like, they thought, I really wanted to see a Brazil-Argentina semifinal. But then credit to Croatia, man. These 2 back-to-back semifinals, bro. Like, they know how to play tournaments. You know, they know. Croatia is not gonna beat themselves. You're gonna have to beat them. Like, and
if anything, they'll play for that draw.
Exactly. I mean, penalty masterclass. You know, shout out to Luka Modric, fam. Perisic, bro. I'm telling you, Argentina's. I think they might give Argentina the business.
I hope so.
I hope so too. After what Argentina did to Netherlands, I wanted Messi to win the World Cup because that's his final ring for, like, Thanos, you know. But even his behavior towards the end, and I just left a bad taste in my mouth, and you know,
it's not like we're dehumanizing him because he's human.
Yeah, I mean, of course he has to be.
But there's a level that you take it to.
Yeah, and he's the leader. He's a leader of Argentina.
Of the nation, bro.
Yeah.
He's like equivalent to Maradona.
100%.
Back then.
But, you know, hey, that's football. You know, emotions are at the peak highest during World Cup, so it's understandable in a way.
How do you feel about CR7?
CR7? An unfortunate ending for him. I really did feel bad for him. He's struggling, like, really bad with the end of his career. And I think people do need to give him a break. Also, I think it also highlights how much his ego, or he's very prideful, right? And prideful players like that were at the top for so long, he's struggling to accept reality. And I don't think CR7 has people who tell him how it is. I think he has yes men around him.
Probably has a bunch of yes.
I don't think CR7 is built for someone to be brutally honest with him, be like, yo, you don't got it no more, or you're not just at that level, like, you know.
And I think, like, it's hard to, because he's done everything he's set out to.
Yeah, that's true.
For most things, like, he has such a strong mind that if he wants to do something, he's going to do it. But at this point in life, brother,
boy, Father Time is undefeated, fam.
Yeah.
Like, you just have to accept it.
Hang out with Junior, you know, go hang out with the kids.
I think he should. I think he should try and end his career as gracefully. You know, the way he left United with the interview, and it's just, you know, someone really struggling with the fact that their career is at its twilight and they're no longer at the top of world football. And it makes it worse when his rival, Messi, is out here still, like, bagging goals and assists. And if Argentina wins, Messi's going to be player of the tournament type of deal. So I think all of those combined, you know, it's taking a toll of him. But at first I was like, man, Ronaldo, what an ego, like, narcissistic player. It's all about him. He's not a team player, which I still think it is true. But we got to give him a break too, man. Like, he's human. He's struggling with the end of his career that he poured everything to. So let's let him, you know, transition out of it.
You taking 250 M's to go to
Saudi Arabia? Bro, I already told you, fam. Yeah, I'm going to have to read that clause real well, fam, in Saudi Arabia. I'm telling you, Anzo. 250 M's in Saudi Arabia, they're going to have Ronaldo going to Juma prayers, fam. I'm telling you, fam. They might give him Ronaldo. I'm telling you, fam.
Wait, make him like
I'm telling you, fam. Man's gonna have to learn Arabic real quick, bro. They gonna work him for that 250 mil. That's all I gotta say, bro.
Hey, I don't care, bro. I'm doing it, bro.
Yeah, 250. Hell yeah, I am. Give it to me, please, fam. Please. No questions.
My prayers, bro. You know. Every E that it
must go be an E. Must go be doing everything, bro. Sheesh. They might make Ronaldo fast for Ramadan, fam. I'm telling you, bro. Overall, I do agree, though. This has been, since 2010, this has been my favorite World Cup since 2010. I would say so.
Since 2010?
Since 2010, this has been my favorite World Cup.
I don't think it's possible to dethrone 2010.
Yeah. Probably not.
Man, 2010 was just so special for so many reasons, but you know,
it's in a way it was very nostalgic for us too. 2010.
Yeah. Okay, player of the tournament for you so far.
At the semifinal round, player of the tournament.
For the entire tournament.
For the entire tournament, Kylian Mbappe.
Okay.
Just
it's hard to go against.
Yeah, I can't. Like France is not even. Bro, France is missing like 4 of their big players.
Starters. Yeah. Let's see. They're missing KB9.
Yes.
Big Ben's. Pogs.
Yes. Kante.
Kipembe.
And Christopher Nkunku.
He would have probably started
like,
over Giroud.
Bro, they're missing 5 starters.
Yeah.
5 starters. They got Tuchemani, bro, in the midfield. Like, baby Pogba out there, bro. And Rabiot in the midfield with Grisou. And they're out here like, bro, like, you got to give it to them. Like, that's what people said. Like, France, man. And Mbappe just, at 23, what he's doing, I mean, it's just remarkable.
How does the conversation change if France takes it?
If France takes it?
The narrative around Mbappe, how does it change?
I mean, he's next, bro. Like, if France, if he wins, continues playing like this, France wins it. I mean, we're talking about Ballon d'Or now. I think he's ready for a Ballon d'Or if that happens.
For this year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now it's based on season, not a year. So if he wins World Cup, PSG is going to win the Farmers League already. So I think if Kylian Mbappe continues playing like he is, maybe bags a goal in the semi-final, scores 1 in the final, or assists, or plays a major role in France winning, he's going to win player of the tournament, and he's going to win the Ballon d'Or.
Okay. I can't disagree with that. I'm a fan of dark horses. And to me, Dembele's work rate and his production,
Dembus,
it's gone unseen, but it's been so critical for that team.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw what they did to England of how much. Basically, they forced Phil Foden to defend because Dembele would have cooked Luke Shaw all game. So
barbecue chicken, bro. Like them, and I'm so happy. I think it's his wife that he married that turned his life around.
Since he got married, bro, Dembele has been turning up.
He's been on fire, bro.
Yeah,
shout out to his wife for real.
She must be, whatever it is, she got in the sauce because Dembele has been playing like
this man's been balling. He went from Xavi wanted to cut him to brothers just having the time of his career.
He's been outstanding for France. Absolutely outstanding. I think he is the unsung hero in France. Shout out to Griezmann too, bro.
Griezmann did well.
I think he stepped up. I think he's been a real leader for France because they did lose their leaders. Like, you lose PP and Kante in your midfield alone. Yeah, that's a huge loss. And like he's been stepping up. You saw assisted the Giroud goal, bro. England, they like to overrate, but really Griezmann ran that midfield against England, bro. Like,
and I've never understood about England this hype around Mason Mount.
Mason Mount, bro, let me be serious. I love Jude Bellingham, but he's no $100 million player. You see what I'm saying?
You don't think he's 100 million right now?
Jude is not, bro. Let's stop this. Like, England players like overrating. He's really good for 19 years, but he's not a $100 million player, bro.
But I think that's based on his potential, though.
You see, this is what it is, bro. This is how United paid $70 million for Sancho, and look at us. I love Jadon Sancho. Like, I think he's gonna come back. Yeah. But this is the problem. $100 million. Like, we have to stop this, bro. $100 million player is guaranteed 25, 30 goals, league goals.
each season for the next
season.
5. Yeah,
I'm guaranteed 40 to 50 goal contributions per season. That's 100 million player to me. Like I know the market is inflated and stuff, but boy, Jude is not that, man. He's really good, like great football IQ, but like, bro, he's no $100 million player. It's maybe 50 if we're being honest, 60, but 100 million for Jude Bellingham, bro.
But he's the best midfielder on that team,
in England's team, because who else is in the midfield?
I know, but I'm just saying
the bar is low, bro.
He is, and based on that alone, it's going to inflate his value.
Well, I said,
you know how these English
they're about to overpay for Jude, bro. I think it's not even fair to him because he comes to England 100 million, big price tag like Jadon Sancho. You know, couple of bad performances, everyone's on him, and it could spiral. Like I think England, they don't help themselves at all.
The real questions. We had how many teams? 5.
5.
Let's go through and rate each one.
Okay.
Starting with the ones left.
Yes.
Maroc.
Oh, Royal Air Maroc.
Yeah. What do you think about Morocco?
I mean, so I was reading this article and my brother Malik was sending me to him. About 10 years ago, the king of Morocco invested millions of dollars into setting up a state of art football facilities. They invested in youth development, training, setting up basically from the grassroots again, football, and for the next generation. And long story short, we're seeing the fruits of that labor. And Morocco actually, they won it was a Moroccan team that won the African Champions League.
Yeah.
The women's as well, Morocco's been dominating. So at all levels of football in Africa, actually, if you look at it the last 2-3 years, Morocco has been dominating. So actually, if anyone actually looked into it, you wouldn't be surprised that they're performing this well.
Yeah.
But of course, they had exceeded expectation. They finally broke through the barrier that we've all been saying of an African represented team going to the semifinals. And the way they did it wasn't by luck, bro.
They worked their asses off, bro.
They deserve to be there.
For sure.
You know,
no one can stand here and say, oh, Morocco doesn't deserve to be there.
They absolutely deserve it. The fight, the unity. I really think their coach is a tactical genius. Their coach sets them up extremely well.
So. That Bono's coach is good. Playing really
Bono's really good. They're just solid, bro. Shout out to Hakim Ziyech. Man.
And you know, I've rated Ziyech from time. And people, when I wouldn't call it a slump, but he hasn't, lived up at Chelsea.
Because of the system in Chelsea, bro.
And that's what people don't understand. If you're a baller, you're a baller. No one can take that away from you.
Ziyech is a Man City player. You see him, he's like Mahrez, bro. They're those type of players. You know, extremely technically gifted player, but you ain't getting them
the ball anywhere
running down, defending, going down the flank, doing all of those donkey work, stuff. No. He's not those players. These are luxury players. Yeah. He's a luxury player. So,
but with a very high-end result.
Yes, you get results out of it.
So Hakimi's doing well, that whole squad. Give him a rating.
I think Morocco should be a standard. A lot of our African teams should look up to Morocco. One, the squad, Hakimi, Ziyech, a bunch of players weren't even born in Morocco or even grew up there.
Yeah.
But guess where they played from? You know what I'm saying? Came straight. Yeah. Hakim Ziyech, he does not even collect his whatever Morocco pays him, he gives it to the workers. Yeah. So he's not worried about money. You see unity that they have. There's no goalkeeper living in the middle of the tournament. You just see the unity, bro. They leave it all in the in a way, I'm happy the way they're playing. But in another way, I'm just like, damn, why are not other African teams playing like this, bro? You see it, the belief, the fight for each other. Bro, they leave it all on the pitch, bro. They cover every blade of grass, bro. You could just see it, man. And I'm just like, we never have this, fam.
At all.
This is reminding me when Egypt won 3 straight African Cups again. Yeah. Because they just wanted it more than everyone else.
That Abu Trika. And
that Abu Trika time, bro.
I've thought about it from 2 perspectives, right? There is that perspective where it's just bro, give what you have or just give your all for your country. The other thing that I'm holding people accountable to is these associations of ours. Right? After watching that FIFA Uncovered,
it really highlights.
It's not like it surprised me because
we all knew this. We all knew this, yeah.
But to see sort of like the track record and the trail of how these funds have been misused and how these greedy old men at the top have
this old paths again.
It exploited these players. And it's not just in football, by the way, bro. Like Kenya rugby sevens, right? These guys are some of the best in the world, and this is like their 4th month that they haven't been paid by the association. You see what I'm saying? So like, there's a fundamental issue there. If Sepp Blatter or some French official is embezzling funds from their FA, I'm like, cool, bro. Like your players are played.
They have luxury lives. They're well paid.
You know what I'm saying?
They're not dependent on that money.
They're guaranteed in the World Cup.
Yeah.
Their families are good. Their generations after them are good, right? But you have a bunch of our players come through. These are some of the most talented athletes in the world, right? And he can't even rely on his own country to provide that for him. So now how can I think of it as like, I'm going to give it all for my country? You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you, Anzo. But if you look at all the African teams, all of those players are playing in Europe.
Like, guaranteed, yeah.
Most of them. I can tell you maybe 1 or 2 homegrown players in there. So I agree with you too.
So it's not like they're also getting paid well, right?
They're paid well.
Their clubs are getting paid well.
I agree. This is a fundamental issue: the corruption in the football federations in, I'll say, almost all of these CAF countries, especially Sub-Saharan Africa. Everyone. The corruption, the development of football. That money that FIFA gives them grants to develop the sport from the grassroots level, it never goes there because they eat the money.
And then our Kenyan brothers build like chicken coops.
You saw the FIFA, empty buildings, stadiums not built, parks for kids to play football not built. My dad complains about this all the time. Like in Gambia, we don't have parks anymore, barely any for kids to go play football. Because, and I'm sure FIFA donated a bunch, but hey, man, we don't know. We know where those money went. But again, like those are all fundamental issues. But if we're strictly evaluating the performance of African teams that made it to this World Cup, or in African Cup of Nations historically, and we compare that to what we see from North African teams, the level of performance, the level of fight that they give, it's a huge disparity. And I don't know why, bro. It's inequitable.
No, but you're right, because like you mentioned earlier, the CAF Champions League, Women's Champions League.
Yes.
All those teams, North African teams are so much
dominating, bro.
Superior and dominant than any other teams. So it's unfortunate, but it's a question of, 1,000 questions can be asked.
Anyway, Morocco get what they deserve. Like I said, they deserve to be there. I still think it should have been 2010. Ghana should have been the first African team to realistically made it to the semifinal.
And these niggas.
But again, so overall, I'll give Morocco an A.
A? Okay.
There's been an A tournament for them.
Okay.
A plus even. If they make it to the final, A plus. But right now, it's an A. They're not going below an A. So that's my rating for Morocco.
Okay. Hard to see them beating France, but much less it's a win for Africa, whoever wins that game.
That's what I'm saying. Sorry, people are like, oh, you must be so happy in Morocco. I'm like, what do you mean? This is Africa versus Africa playing,
bro.
So
big up their coach for
either way, Africa wins.
Africa.
But their coach did say really good things that they represent in Africa, and for a lot of us, which you don't want to say it, we'll say it. You gotta feel a type of way where you think that Morocco is an Arab team. They're not Arab. They're actually Berbers. But again, there are issues where a lot of Africans might not feel a sense of pride that Morocco made it that far because, what I'm saying, for different reasons. But I think we shouldn't paint that paintbrush on them and just classify them as such. But for me personally, I'm going to be brutally honest with you. France win, I'll be happy. Morocco wins, mashallah. You know what I'm saying? But, I still do wish, selfishly, Ghana was the first team in 2010 to have this breakthrough. But either way, still a win.
Okay, so A for Morocco.
A for Morocco, yes.
I'm going to give him an A as well.
Okay.
Ghana.
First of all, to all the Ghanaians out there, we don't want to hear anything else again about Uruguay or Luis Suarez.
It's done, bro.
Like this is it.
Done
the sympathy, it's gone. Like I do not want to hear any Ghanaian. Like I don't think any African. That chapter is closed.
For me, it's simple. Kudus hits the penalty, it's a different game.
He's been striking the ball all well in the tournament too.
But niggas want to put Andre Ayew there. I don't know why.
But you know,
it's simple. If Kudus stepped up, completely different game. But instead, here we are. So what do we give Ghana?
This World Cup leaking 2 goals every game in the group stage. The FIFA, to be honest, really gifted them a penalty in the last game. Like, hey, here's the heartbreak you guys had for 12 years.
Yeah.
Here is a gift.
Yeah.
Penalty in the 12th minute. And instead of doing the rational thing, which again is you have a young striker from Ajax who's been your best player on the tournament. He's been hit, like he's been striking the ball extremely well. I don't know why you give that. You don't give him that penalty and give it to your captain who's on the tail end of his career, still has PTSD from that old World Cup.
Yeah.
Took 24 hours before he can even kick the penalty.
Yeah.
And like I'm just saying, and he missed it, and you just saw the team mentally give up after that. They never recovered from Andre Ayew missing that penalty, and Uruguay won. So if you account for all of those things, Ghana, I'll give them a D. A D performance for me. Hey. Very disappointing.
Wow.
Like, because given everything, like you only needed really a draw against Uruguay to go through.
I'll give him a C.
Yeah, C.
C because some of their players are gonna get better attention. So as a team, nah.
They just didn't play as a. Like I said, it's just I'm tired of African teams showing out the World Cup and just being defensive liabilities. And to concede 2 goals in every game, you know,
it's a bit mad.
You having the South Korea guy moss on you to score a header? I'm sorry, bro.
It's a bit mad. All right, so Morocco A.
Yes, Ghana D, U, C. Okay.
Cameroon. Man,
like this says Abubakar. With the World Cup. Again, Cameroon is this is a tale of how a lot of African teams perform at the World Cup.
Yeah.
The first game is when you should win.
Yeah.
Typically, it's a winnable tie. You're playing Switzerland, pretty evenly matched. That's the game you actually should make sure you win.
You have to win.
You have to win.
Yeah.
You lose. You play, who do they play? Slovenia or whatever, Serbia? They play Serbia next, right?
Yeah.
You're down 3-1, basically. Again,
you come back.
Little too late.
Yeah.
It's always when it feels like the pressure is off or you don't expect much from these teams, from Cameroon, then you come back. And then, you know, of all things...
So that's 3-3 tie.
3-3. You're pretty much out of tournament because now you need Switzerland to lose and you beat Brazil.
There's too many variables,
Brazil didn't really care, bro.
Brazil was...
They were coasting, bro. They played their
everybody in the game.
They played their B teams.
Yeah, people who are not going to see playing time.
Cameroon were happy to be their team at the World Cup. Yeah. And it was, for me, summarized when your captain, your leader, 92nd minute or whatever, 100 and something minute, he scores a winning goal, which if you don't know how the other score is, you actually need to score another goal to give yourself a chance. But here's the player who did not care and made it, you know, hey, shout out to him, he scored in Brazil, but he made it all about himself. Celebrates as if he won the World Cup, takes off his shirt.
I wonder if they knew.
Sent off.
Yeah.
So you basically killed any chance of your team. So imagine if
they went through.
If Serbia were beating Switzerland.
Yeah.
And then you did that. You've cost your team any chance by going 10
in the next round. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's just our mentality. You know, how are you celebrating a goal against Brazil as if you've won the World Cup? This is a typical I'm happy to be here. And then again, you know,
it's small. It's a small-minded mentality because it's not like,
bro. When are we gonna stop this?
Yeah, like you shouldn't be thinking like, oh, I've scored against
Brazil. No, that's it.
Come to win the tournament. Don't come to take part.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's a typical symbol. You know, like celebrating that. And then, you know, I'm giving Cameroon an F because another reason is Seriously, bro, these indomitable lions or whatever, they should be indomitable, Thundercats or something, because
it's mad,
bro. Inter Milan goalkeeper Andre Onana.
Yeah.
This guy played at Ajax and Inter Milan. Bro.
Yeah.
Rigabat song, respect to you and all, bro. But I'm sorry, you never reached the level of Andre Onana in terms of playing at Inter Milan and Ajax at that high level. This guy plays Champions League semifinals, bro. I'm sorry, you do not tell Andre Onana how he should play as a goalkeeper if that got him to the highest levels in Europe. And then no matter what, bro, pride again. How can your starting goalkeeper like that, leave in the middle of the tournament? In the middle of the tournament, because you as a coach are not in agreement with his style of play. How can that happen?
It's crazy that there's no other club in the world or team that can happen. That
never happens. Of course, it will be an African team that the player is mad with the coach and he leaves. And guess what? It cost them against Serbia, because 2 of those goals.
Yeah,
you're now playing a guy who plays in Saudi Arabia second league or something like that.
Like, he looks like he plays Sunday league.
Yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So you put that guy, 2 goals that Onana will probably save. Yeah. So maybe if you beat Serbia now and you beat Brazil, you're through. So
Onana is one of the best in the world.
Self-destruct, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. Cameroon F. Yeah, and Abubakar, bro, I'm glad you got your goal, but that is embarrassing behavior. Yeah. That is a typical we're happy to be there behavior.
Yeah.
F for Cameroon for me.
Okay. I'm a little bit, I think.
Nice goal, those.
C- because they had some good goals.
Yeah, we're not here for good goals, man. You know?
So maybe D+. D+?
Yeah. Okay.
So Cameroon, Ghana, Morocco.
Senegal. The African champions.
Yeah.
Again, you know, I do have to say first, losing Sadio Mane is a big
huge blow.
It's a huge loss.
Huge blow.
And they didn't have Kouyaté. And in the round of 16 against England, they lost then their best player after Mane wasn't on the pitch, Idrissa Gana Gueye. He picked up his second yellow.
Yep.
2 things for me of Senegal. Edouard Mendy, he's washed. He's done. Get him out of here, bro.
Yeah,
that guy is done out here, fam.
And it's unfortunate, but Kepa is probably gonna get his
Edouard Mendy is done out here, bro.
The World Cup hurt his
bro. It started before that. Like, you know, these guys typical. I don't know his character. I don't want to judge it, but it's giving me. You got to Chelsea. You got one. You got complacent, and now you have dropped. Kalidou Koulibaly. Done out here, in my opinion. He's not a top level center back, bro. Like, the game against England, for me, like, just the way he was playing, even in the tournament, I just don't think he's no longer that guy. And then third, for Senegal, he's a great guy. He was in the 2002. Their coaches, you know, they love him and stuff. But I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Aliou Cissé?
Yeah.
2022, you're playing 4-4-2, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I'm telling you, fam. I could not believe it. You are going to play 4-4-2 against England in 2022, bro.
Yeah, you know what's funny is that was literally the only formation we ever played.
As kids, such an African...
Every African coach.
For us,
we're playing 4-4-2.
For primary school through high school, all we knew was 4-4-2 for our guys. I know that's the only thing we know how to play.
Yeah.
But
it's not an effective use of the talent on that team.
Not in modern day football anymore. It's an outdated formation.
It's not feasible, unless you're like Crystal Palace.
You saw it. They made Jude Bellingham fucking look like prime PP out here, fam. Bro, running through them, bro.
Easily.
Slice them up. Such an easy game for England. I just think it's a bad representation. I was very disappointed because even no matter what, as African champions, bro, I need to see a character like you going out with your head high.
Yeah.
Against England, bro, the moment they scored the first goal, that's it.
Heads down. Yeah.
Just like Ghana. You score them first goal, completely nothing from there, 0.
Yeah. Well, somebody that stood out for me is Ismaila Sarr.
I mean, he's always been a baller.
He's always been a baller.
Yeah.
But he really, he was toying with Kyle Walker that game, bro. Making out him in his pocket, bro.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
Kyle Walker a nightmare's breath.
Ismaila Sarr, probably the player, definitely the player of the tournament for Senegal.
Oh, yes.
But, like, you needed more of people thinking like him, right? Thinking like, nah, okay, we're kind of in a box. We're kind of in a bind. We don't have our best player. Kind of odds against us right now, but we need to just be the best versions of ourselves.
That's what we asked for.
I thought he did that really well. Mendy, come on, fam. Like, there was too many goals you gave
even
up.
against Netherlands, Gakpo scored, they exposed him. Remember? Mendy's not out here, bro.
Why are you coming out to punch soft? Bro, go through the ball, you know? Like, bro, it's things like that, right? Like, guy, we know this. You know what I'm saying? You're a professional footballer. Like, you should know these things easily.
I don't understand. That's what I'm saying. What are they training, bro?
So, it's unfortunate. However, they still did get to the round of 16.
Yes, I agree.
We would like to have seen better, obviously. Did very poorly against England. But for me, I give them a B.
A B?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't argue a B, but for me, it's definitely a C.
See?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If they weren't African champions, yeah, fine. I said, that's just how the bar is just low. Yeah. As African champions, yeah, you should be expected to go to round of 16.
Yeah, I think now with the big loss of Sadio Mane, because if he's in that game, bro, now you have to worry about him and Ismail Assar
for him.
And whoever's up top,
threat, right? And of course,
that's essentially like a French front three.
Yeah, and then they missed Ghana Gay as well, which again, he was critical, bro. Like losing Ghana Gay, I knew once he was out, okay, Senegal's done out here, but I just expected a little better fight because England weren't really that great.
I mean, they're not as deep either. So yeah, B and
C plus.
C plus. Okay.
Yeah.
Last team, who are we forgetting? We've got Senegal, Ghana, Cameroon, Morocco, and then it's North African. Who's the fifth team?
There was another North African team?
Wasn't there?
No.
There wasn't only 4 African teams.
There's one more that we're missing. Damn, they must have been really bad that we're not even... Who was the other North African team?
Was it Algeria?
No. Morocco, I believe, were the only... I think they were the only ones that made it, right?
No. There was one more.
Which one are you saying?
Let's fact check it real quick because we can't forget them.
Huh? Bro, like I said, these African teams, their performance is forgettable. Besides Morocco, bro. Like I'm just so disappointed overall. I mean, like I said, I think those were is 5 African teams that made it. I thought it was 4.
Check it real quick. I thought it was 5. I thought it was 5.
Let's see. African teams World Cup. Teams in World Cup. Let's see.
Was it just the 4?
Ghana, Senegal. Oh, Tunisia. Another one, Tunisia.
Yeah, probably pretty forgettable. I don't even remember watching them play.
But anyway, just getting 0-0s and got piped.
Yeah,
nothing there. I don't think Tunisia.
Nothing much to say.
I don't think Tunisia
came for
clearly
exposure.
We didn't remember them, so they didn't leave any memories for us. But again, though, look at this. Like I said, though, the North African teams, at least they don't get piped, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a frustration for me that since I said Abu Trika days in the 2000s where Egypt won 3 straight African Cup of Nations, and I remember being extremely heartbroken by it because you were like, why are not our teams, especially for me, our West African teams, why are we not playing like this? Why are they beating us to every ball, wanted more passionate than us? I just never understood it. And here we are, years later, and it's the same story, same tale where World Cups, you take away the outlier of Senegal in 2002, Cameroon in 1990, and then Ghana in 2010. Bro, that's our quarterfinals. That's been our best performance at the World Cup until now in Morocco. And it's as if since what I was seeing in my childhood has come into real life where guess who's the first team to make it to the semifinal? A North African team. They finally broke that deadlock. And I've just been frustrated because, let's be honest, if you say African players football, where do they usually come from? West Africa. Like the most, take away maybe Mo Salah these days, but just in general, African legends, the greats, like the people who are trailblazers of football, they come from West Africa.
Yeah.
Like we did our whole top 5, you know, West African players.
A lot of heavily.
And
West
you want to tell me, bro, like we can't, you know, make the semifinals, like with all these big players that we have from West Africa?
Yeah.
It doesn't translate into success in the World Cup. And guess who was the first team to make it to a World Cup? A team that played together. It was Morocco. So part of me, I'm just salty as of all of those reasons, because I think West Africa deserves, I know it's an entitlement, no one is entitled, but I'm just saying based on the history of the best players in Africa typically coming from West Africa in the past 20, 30 years, I think we should...
Some team needs to figure it out.
Some team needs to dominate and actually be a contender for a World Cup.
Yeah.
Other than that, we'll just be supporting 1 or 2 guys in the Prem League 1 here and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's my take on it, at least.
The change really starts from the grassroots, right? Like somebody has to.
I don't know who's going to save us, fam.
You know,
like you said, Jack Warner's in every
a bunch of Jack Warners everywhere, bro.
You know, these old pass, fam. I'm telling you, the old pass are the detriments of every structure, every institution we have, bro.
He said when they came to arrest him, and his sons were there.
Yeah, he told them.
He said, "Good luck."
Good luck. I'm telling you, fam.
So greasy, bro.
These greedy men, fam. Terrible dudes. Terrible dudes. Well, that's the same thing, man. It's the same problems everywhere we go. There needs to be, if we want to take football as a sport seriously, because, you know, like I said, it comes from the grassroots.
Yeah.
There need to be investment from the youth level all the way up to 18, you know, under 18s, and so
quality investment too. Not
investment in academies,
coaches.
in coaching. There are no 4-4-2 coaches, and actually letting players be their age.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know,
there's a disadvantage if you're lying about it.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I think it's just we still have a long way to go. Clearly, the North Africans still continue to tell us how it should be done, and
there's literally a blueprint there.
Major props to Morocco. They're enjoying the fruits of their labor, and rightfully so. But again, as a West African, I'm thoroughly disappointed because all these superstars that we keep giving the world of African football has not translated to any success at the national level.
Yeah.
Overall grade of African team's performance in the World Cup.
As a whole?
Yes. CAF.
D.
D?
Yeah. Maybe C, actually.
A D for me.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, a D or a C, somewhere in between. And it's really Morocco that's, you know, that one really good student that got a 90 and got the average is 36 in the class, but one guy got 90.
Exactly.
And it's, you know, by default, we have to curve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can't be that the mentality of the entire confederation came and said, we're here to just take part. You don't see, as much as we all know England's not going to win the World Cup, you will hear it's coming home.
Believe.
From time, bro. Everyone is coming home. It's coming home. The French, like,
totally.
Because they know,
look, South American
we
teams
might not have the best team, but we're coming to win.
That's
you know, Uruguay's like, they're crying when they leave.
You see it.
You get Vincent Aboubakar.
You know, imagine this.
Waving.
You are eliminated from the World Cup. You are celebrating.
Yeah.
Knowing you're going out.
Fam, come on, that mindset has to change.
The South American teams are crying their bloods out, bro. They're on the pitch. They need to be carried off. Yes, Vincent, I'm celebrating as if he's won the World Cup, bro.
You see, like, what's his name? Song. Heung-min Song. Brother's crying. No one thinks South Korea is gonna win, bro, but they're coming there to win.
They came there to win.
You know
Japan, you know, they came there to win.
Japanese played beautiful, but unfortunately they had to go home. You know, Saudi Arabia beat Argentina. Come on, bro. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, the mentality, zero,
man. It's absolute zero.
Guy,
Here we are, bro. I mean, it's our whole lifetime, fam. Where we are, our whole lifetime. 2002, we got to semifinals. 2010, heartbreak. 2022, you know, now we're at least at semifinals, potentially to final. But like I said, I'll be honest with you, it don't hit the same with me, this one.
No.
You know, if you're telling me you're lying, I don't want to, you know, I know it's all the right things to say. I'm sorry, you know, it would have hit me much more better if it was 2010. I saw Ghana playing in the semifinal. We'll be flying to Accra right now. You know what I'm saying? Last episode we said it. We're like, what if Morocco is the one?
Yo, it's mad, bro.
So, you know, I don't think me and Azo will be flying to Casablanca. but you know, we'll be happy. But you know,
it'll be great.
This was Ghana that was playing in semifinal.
Yo,
I'll be in Kumasi right now.
I'll be in Kumerica,
bro. We'll have a Ghana flag here.
Yo,
it's pride.
I have my Odonko bitters right there in my kente cloth. Like,
it's pride. You know, like I said, you don't have to say it. We understand, but you know, I'm just being honest here. The pride level is not the same.
Facts.
It's just not. Facts. You know, and it has nothing against Morocco or anything. They represent Africa. You know, kudos to them, mashallah. But the pride is just not the same. I'm gonna be honest with you.
But I mean, okay, for those who maybe might not know, it's deeply rooted in like racism from a lot of North Africans towards Sub-Saharan Africans.
Yes,
and so that's why a lot of like Sub-Saharan Africans don't feel the level of pride. Because I can tell you, like, a lot of people have been to Morocco, have
traveled,
been
transit,
to Egypt, Tunisia, Algeria, and they've been subject to like racism and all these things. To the level
of even religion. At mosque, at churches, you know.
In the mosque, you're being
really. So
discriminated against. And so it's like, why would I celebrate?
Why am I celebrating as if, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's just for those who don't know.
Who doesn't know? Yeah, that's the thank you for sharing. That's the context. You know,
that's the context.
We personally, like, I know friends, family members, know people who we don't want to paint the brush. It's not the whole country, but when you know people you care for or know have been either racially abused, or it's everywhere. I know it's black people we suffer, but by our own fellow quote unquote African country,
exactly. That's where it becomes an issue.
That's where it is. So that's just what it is. You know, we gotta call a spade if you don't know the context.
Yeah,
you know, I'm not as prideful.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I mean, I think I've probably experienced more racism from like the Arab world and the North Africans than any other place.
Yeah, and that's a whole conversation that we need to have in another time and depict as well, because that's just what it is. Even from if we're keeping it on a football level, you know, talk to our players when they go play there, what they face. Extreme harassment, you know, maltreatment is just, you know,
pretty close story. My cousin played on the national rugby team, Uganda. They went to Morocco for a tournament.
Yeah,
they went out, had some, I think, like some drinks in Casablanca. These girls were there, saw them, were hanging out with them. As they were leaving the restaurant, people started throwing stones at them.
Wow.
People were like, these guys were throwing stones at them. So now they're confused. They're like, yo, what's going on? No context. They just have to run. They run back to the hotel. The hotel clerk there is like not sympathetic at all. Not. You know, like, yo, can you call the police? And, you know, so it's just experiences like that.
Yeah,
where
bro.
It's like,
we're not gonna all of a sudden just, you know, brush that aside and just, you know, wave their flag as if we can't. I'm sorry, like we can't. I can't. Yeah. You know, I'm happy for them, what they've done. You know, how they're representing quote unquote CAF, you know, and stuff. That's great, but prideful and as trying to play Morocco as if, you know, I can't.
There's a bigger conversation.
It's a bigger conversation,
and conversely, bro, like I have a number of Moroccan friends who are the best people.
Of course, like trust me, we know. Like I say, we don't want to paint the brush.
Yeah,
but there are a lot of people.
Yeah.
And, you know, I was talking to one of my coworkers, he was saying this. He was like, yeah, you know, Morocco, you know, they made it. And he was basically trying to allude that he doesn't see, like, some of those Africans, he asks other African friends, and he would think that the enthusiasm level would have been at 100. And, you know, I'm just like, it's a little different. You know, if let this be was Ghana or Senegal, the energy would have been really different. And, you know, so we can't ignore that. And for those, like you said, who are wondering, or if you know any African guy and you think that they're going to be over the moon and they're not, there's a little bit more. There's more to it.
There's depth to it.
There's depth to it, you know. So, but overall, again, we don't want to take anything from them.
Yeah.
They thoroughly deserve where they are. I wish them the best against France, aka Africa All Stars. But that's how.
Yo, we have gone over time.
Yeah, we have. We gave you guys an hour to close out, bro.
Yeah, and some conversations can't be had in 30 minutes.
Of course,
you know,
this is World Cup especially once every 4 years.
But yeah, I think it's the second best World Cup I've watched.
Second best you've watched?
Yeah.
Let's see who wins for me. I'll need to see who wins.
To this point, some of the games we've had, second best for me.
To 2010?
Yeah. Okay. 2010 number one.
Okay, for sure. 2010 number one. Okay, I would say right now it's up to par with 2002 for me. Yes, I was old enough. Don't act like as if I was a kid. Yeah. You know, I can remember Ronaldo scoring. You know, I can remember the big games.
Yeah. So to that point, I don't remember many of the group stage games.
Of course, I remember. I remember the memorable games. It was either the Senegal games, beating France, and you know the knockouts games. And I just remember that whole world.
I remember where I was.
Ronaldo, the haircut, the Oliver Kahn, missing the rebound.
Yeah.
You know, I just think that was a great World Cup.
Very good.
Then,
very good World Cup.
My second favorite, then my first is 2010, of course. And then this one I would say would be right now tied with 2006.
You like that one?
2006 Zizou, but Zidane was doing a madness. He was until
the final.
But even though like the theatric, bro, headbutting a player in the final, Italy winning.
I wonder what. I really want to know what Marco
Figo
could have said to
2006 Zidane. Was the tail end for
that era of
legends. Yeah. And it was like the last chance to see them. So that's why too. But yeah, right now 2010 won. I'll give 2002 second, and this one is tied for third right now with 2006.
I think this has had more crazy games than 2002. And 2002 kind of had a very clear-cut like leader. Like we all knew Brazil was gonna go to the final. Yes, there was no questions about it.
That's true.
It was nice to see Senegal do.
I think the Senegal story. Yeah, I think it was just.
But yeah, so this is probably second for me right now.
Okay, fair enough.
And the teams that went. The number of upsets that happened.
That's true. They were pretty good upsets here. Yeah. So I can't argue that.
Maybe this December to November timeframe isn't so bad. Besides picking up injuries and stuff.
Yeah. After this Qatar business, please.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't know if you heard about the Grant Wall.
Man, that was so sad.
Very it's extremely sad. RIP to him.
For real.
You know, I don't want to say anything, but he was very healthy, and it was not expected that he would pass away so suddenly in Qatar. Yeah. So anyway, you know,
R.I.P. to him.
R.I.P. to him. I think that was a big loss for U.S. soccer.
Very much so.
Yeah. But other than that, Anzo, I think it's time to wrap it up.
I think it's time, man. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Man.
Like usual. It's been a fun ride for season 4.
Yeah.
Stay on the lookout. We're gonna take a recess.
Yes.
But when we come back, coming back and better.
Of course.
We gotta go into the trenches, plan for season 5, and then see what happens.
100%.
Yeah. But yeah, any words to the Mandem or to the tribes people?
Just, again, we appreciate the support that we get from you guys, the messages, checking on us. It's really a family.
It is.
And that's been special. And we were just talking earlier when we started. Pre-pandemic, we were recording this out of a phone. So, we just appreciate it. It's all part of growth and just sharing conversation. So, we'll try doing our best to make sure that we keep having these conversations.
For sure.
Yeah.
Once again, y'all have a happy holiday season. Don't forget to December.
Yes.
And, stay healthy, stay peaceful.